what's up? It's Carcino, man, and hip-hop stood up for Nipsey, man. And it's a shame that people stand up once it's over. You know, they're not doing the right things that they should do in the beginning. Yes, we lost a great one. And the fact that a lot of people didn't understand who he was as a person, you know, it's more than just me that was out there. He stood for a lot. A lot of people rolled with him. And you didn't have to be a rolling six guy. You didn't have to be a gang member to you know, to be a part of him or be, you know, connected with him. He was a real dude. There's not too many guys like that left in this game. And to see how cowardly his life was taken and how hip-hop has finally stood up. And it's a shame that we gotta wait till something tragic happens before we're able to stand up and say, hey, this was wrong, we need to correct this, we need to get ahead of it. This was wrong. You know, it's a shame, and it's like hurtful that we gotta get to that point. You know, I think that we're above that, but somehow that seems to always be the case. We never really get to where we need to be. You know, and it's bothersome because I feel like, wow, you know, we should have advanced way further than this, entirely further. You know, it's disturbing. But what I saw today also is that we all came together. Now, if we could come together to celebrate the life and all the achievements of Nipsey, why we can't come together on any other given day? Give them the roses while they can still smell them. Give them the roses while they can still smell them. You know? Now, hip-hop was out of control. Everybody fake beefing with people and you know, starting stuff and thinking like, oh, it's just internet. These idiots out here on the streets, they don't think of it like that. They take it personal, or they thinking they doing something in honor of the person you dissing. You know, it's not even worth it. You don't need that to sell records. You don't. It's been proven. You don't need that garbage to sell records or get attention. If your music is great, people will find you. Do you see Drake all over social media? Do you see Drake super active on his Instagram and Twitter? And he's been on top of the rap game for 9 years straight. 9 years straight. What? Is he doing it for the gram? Jay-Z didn't even know how to Snapchat at all. You see Jay-Z doing it for the gram? You see what I'm saying? Some people, they don't have to, you know, everything else speaks for itself. I mean, see, here's the thing. A lot of people never even heard his music, knew of Nipsey Hussle, though. You know, they going back to the BET. They thinking it's the guy he slapped at the BET Awards and all this stuff. And, you know, he got fame for slapping the dude at the award. I'm like, even though he did that, you know, I mean, that wasn't the real case of the situation, you know. There was more to it than that. I mean, that's the thing. Nipsey could rap. And, you know, by me having a conversation with him, he never have to speak to me. You know what I'm saying? This dude gave me his number, everything. He emailed, like, look, we gonna connect. Period. And the last conversation that we had was about a few weeks ago. But the last time we tweeted each other, it was right after the fight. So when he had that fight that happened at the club, I think it was what's the name's birthday party or something, and I asked him, was he straight? And I gave him some advice. I gave him the advice about leaving the club. I was like, look, dude, here's some advice about the club. Don't come when it starts. Don't leave when it ends. And I gave him that advice. And he was like, I'm A1, bro. You know, and you know, I don't know, man. It's crazy. He might not be somebody he even knew. You know what I'm saying? But they knew of him. That's why I'm saying the world is a dangerous place now. You know, people do anything for internet fame or what have you. You know, it's just crazy out here. It's a completely crazy world. He should not have been in that situation. That's the way I look at it. There was no way, shape, or form Nipsey should have been in that situation, you know, so that's just the way I see it. And this is what I'm saying. Hip-hop has got to start having policies in place about some of this foolery. You know, we had World Star and TMZ doing all these things, putting up violence and people getting hit and punched and all of these different things, and promoting fights in the streets and making our people look bad at all times. And they don't promote any positivity, and no one is giving them, the fortitude to say, hey, we gotta check this. People gotta start taking accountability for themselves and start saying, hey man, we ain't finna start watching this, and keep watching beat downs and people pulling guns on people for prank. And Instagram is another way that people gotta stop promoting violence on Instagram. I think Instagram allowed it because that footage go right to the cops, and people are stupid enough, they keep convicting themselves. Now there's some idiot on social media claiming he's the one that did it. Like, if you are the one that did it, why would you be on social media claiming that? Like, people are really brainwashed out here, and not too bright. They're brainwashed in a bad way. A very bad way. They so hooked into getting attention and fame and glory, and somebody gonna write about me and put me on a magazine. You willing to go to jail for that? Do you really want that attention? I would not want to be the one who's known for doing that. Not everybody was raised like you. That's what you got to realize. It's different times. It's different avenues, different waves. It's just a lot of differences in this world. People move in different ways, man. In entirely different ways. And it's scary out here. Well, I guess you could say that this generation is sick, but it's what you allow. If you allow this culture, if you allow the culture to make you do things that you don't normally do, and we're not guarded, it's like if the children were never taught how to act or how to be, how can you blame the kids for how they turn out when they were never taught anything? It's like, you never taught me anything, so how could you expect me to be something that I was never taught to be? Well, you've been programmed to hate and destroy yourselves. It's programmed through television, through everything in the world. This music. The negative energy of hip-hop was promoted more than the positive energy of hip-hop. And because of it, you were fed only the negativity, none of the positive messages. Go back to the 90s, go back to the 80s. Hip-hop was always talking about the condition of the people and rising up in unity. Those things are gone. You don't even hear songs like that anymore. It's all about getting some money, sleeping with a thotty, and moving on to something else, and no growth, and anybody who's talking like that now, they can't get a record deal. They got to be independent because the companies are not putting any money into it. So you got to put the spotlight on the company, like, what about this artist made you say, let me sign and give him millions of dollars? But you won't give this guy who can complete a complete sentence without using profanity. You won't give him any money, He's a creative, better rapper, better artist, but you won't give him a dime. I don't understand that. What is the, you know, where's the criteria? Like, what is the dots that's being checked off? If you came up trapping in the street, that means you can rap. When did that become the case? You know, it's just a tiring situation. You know, you're tired, you're wore down. Sure. Yes, don't forget, subscribe to the page, because we're gonna be talking a lot about this. You know, we was talking with our other artists today. You know, everybody's on the same page now. You know, it's like, why it always got to take a tragedy for us to get here? Well, if you say there's no saving them, then why are we even doing anything? We might as well just start just going all out, right? If you're gonna say it like that.
Having a great day, Shake. Go ahead with your order whenever ready.
Yes, I'll take the Wisconsin butter.
You want the combo that comes with fries and a drink, or you just want the burger, or you just want the
I'll
burger and
take
fries?
instead of the drink, let me get a chocolate shake.
Anything else?
And a small chili.
Anything else?
Just no cheese and no onions on the chili.
And that completes your order?
Yes, sir.
1022.
Thank you. I mean, tell you the truth, man, I don't know how it went down. I really, the details of it don't really matter to me. You know, it's where the bullets were, where did he get hit. I mean, of course, sure, we're gonna find all that out, and it's all out there now. I didn't even click on it, to tell you the truth. Once he was pronounced gone, and people had told me before, you know, but I wasn't gonna go out there and put that out there until it was known that he was gone. You know, like he was gone, and I mean, what could he have done to somebody to deserve that? I just don't see Nipsey doing anything that would be deserving of that. Craig Roseberg, let me explain something to you. You said I gotta eat healthier. You don't see what I eat Monday through Friday. This is like my reward day. I eat basil, chicken, broccoli with asparagus and squash all week. I eat veggies. I eat really good. Water, Fiji, Voss. It's the water I'm drinking. You see me, I drink the best waters eat some of the best meals, eating codfish, not eating pork. I know that it broke during that video, and when I was doing my live stream, the video broke. It just happened. I had gotten hit up with private messages, people, because when something happened, people come up and ask me from the rip, is it true? Yo, Sino, is it true? Yo, is it true? Is it true? So it was coming to me from LA, and then there was a dude from LA that I knew, and that's why I really kind of ended the stream so I can go try to see what was going on. And it was like, man, I heard Nipsey got shot, but we don't know, some other people shot too, but we don't know the whole situation, so we gonna just wait it out and see what's what. So naturally everybody's like, okay, we'll see what's what and go from there. And it just wasn't good, man, from the jump, because people were being very evasive, and nobody was really on social media to say everything was everything. And that last message he posted was just like really cryptic, and that would end up being the last thing he tweeted out and posted publicly before his demise. No, I have to turn, when I do my videos, it's only certain alerts that come through. Like, I cannot even allow my text messages to come through, because it would just be vibrating my phone through the whole live chat. So I had to silence my text messages. So when I got off, I had like 24 text messages. And it was, yo, Nipsey got shot. I'm like, I'm finna ride down there and see what's going on, man. I'm gonna give you the info, blah, 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 live on the scene. And these are guys from LA, and that was even, I mean, really, it was, it's crazy. Mr. Cunningham, it's not the day for your trolling, okay? Just gone somewhere. Yeah, man, I mean, he was on his way, too. He was on his way. He was gonna make it. He was gonna be that guy. And that's why I tell everybody, I said, he's gonna be that guy. He's gonna be the one to do and change a lot of things around here. Yeah, pretty much, man. That was his debut album, Victory Lap. He had other albums and CDs, but like those are just, this is his first major release. So I'm not concerned about how he died. I'm concerned about how he lived. This is why I don't like to stay out late. I go somewhere, I come home, and you know what I'm saying? And that was one of the last things of advice I gave him when he got in a fight at the club. And I asked him, was he okay? I said, are you okay? And he says, I'm A1, bro. He told me he loved my YouTube page and everything. He's like, man, I watch a lot of your stuff, man. Like he came to me, man, and we had a lot of talk about a lot of this stuff with academics, everything. We had a big talk. Man, it was really bothersome. And now I'm frustrated more than anything, man, because I'm hearing that his child was out there, in front of his child. That could scar a child for life, and it's just so unnecessary. It wasn't like this was a situation where somebody was coming to harm you, and you just harm somebody for no reason, man. It don't matter what color you was. It don't matter if you white, black, green, orange, blue. It's not acceptable. The behavior is not acceptable. Emotionally, man, that stuff tears you apart. I don't know, some clown taking credit for it, and it's like, why would you want to take credit for something like that? That does no justice for you whatsoever. I mean, don't you realize this one action can cause a war? Okay, when Tupac died, do you know how many lives was lost in the next 7 days to follow? There were like almost 11 deaths in the city of over there in Compton in LA between the Bloods and the Crips. People who didn't even have anything to do with what had went down was in a war, losing their lives, getting shot, some people going to jail, all over shooting in Las Vegas with Tupac. Like I told you, I got guys in LA. And they was like, see, man, it's real funky out here in these streets. It's still funky out here. So, if you only been to LA, you don't, believe me, they use funky all the time. They still like they're in the 70s, baby. It's funky out here in these streets. Well, it took my mind off everything. Like Duke, everything. It like the whole game, everything stopped. And I was with my godsons today, and I went over there to visit them. So I got caught in transition with them. I just was so exhausted, man. I went to sleep. Mentally, it exhausted me. It was so depressing. It's like somebody put a weight on your back. Right, it's like somebody really put a weight on your back, man. So I didn't make another video. I didn't do nothing. I went straight to sleep. You ain't see me post nothing else. I just left there. I basically just woke up enough time to leave. I haven't been home yet. When y'all saw me leave earlier, when I did the video and I arrived at my godson's house, my best friends and his wife and everybody else, when I saw that happen,
You have your chocolate shake and chili cup?
And the Wisconsin butter.
Was it a Wisconsin butter or Western barbecue?
No, Wisconsin butter.
Do you have a drink with this?
I had the chocolate shake, the small chili, and the Wisconsin butter. No drink.
$6.85. He put Western barbecue instead of Wisconsin butter.
Well, what's this? Do they have hot peppers on it or something?
It's barbecue, fried onion, raw onion, bacon.
All right, well, just throw that in there. I can take the bacon off.
Okay.
I'll just take that. So just ring it up and let me get that and let's go.
Here you go.
All right, thank you. Yeah, it's hard, man. Whenever you hear something like that, it just depresses you. It's like an anvil on your chest, and then you see how other people die after hearing news or bad news like that, tragic. And
Here you go. Sorry about that.
oh, no problem.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. So, naturally, it depresses you, puts you in a dormant type state. Like you don't want to do a lot of things, So, I mean, let's be realistic, people. Stop that. You guys are doing it right now, and that's the wrong thing to do. You guys are projecting. You're projecting, okay, he was a black man that did it. He's black. Stop with that, please, because you're wrong. I mean, like, yeah, of course it was a black guy that did it. Like, stop. You guys are making it like black on black crime. White people are killed by majority other white people. Okay? If you look at all the races, who killed white people more than anybody? White people. Who killed Hispanics more than anybody else, any other race? Other Hispanics. Asian people. Who kills Asian people more than any other denomination? Asian people. So, don't make the stigma just because it's black. That's what happens. Okay? That's not true. It's for every race and denomination. But they promote black on black crime. Black on black crime has to stop. No, crime gotta stop. Period. Crime. Why you gotta put a color to the crime? Oh, that's a black crime. Yeah, I know people, they went down to the scene, they hit me. A lot of people hit me up, was talking like that. People was like, why you didn't put something up on your Instagram? I put up a YouTube video. I ain't gotta put nothing up on the gram. You know, I barely post on the gram. Barely. You understand that? Barely post on the gram. Not somebody that's really doing that. I was always doing YouTube. Wasn't really big on Facebook too much. You know, it was just a way to collaborate, send pictures with families and friends. It's like, I wasn't in it for that. You know, most celebrities and, you know, entertainers, they post on their Instagram because that's how they communicate. I got YouTube. It's my biggest following. So, dude, if you're going to come in here with that crazy racist, yeah, you can't come in here and be respectful to anybody that passed away and start throwing your racial hate. You could bounce. You know, this ain't the play for you to come and get some attention. You know, and see, that's the thing, man. YG, Nipsey, they were cool, man. Real cool. And one's Pyru, rolling with the Pyrus, and the other one rolling with the Crip. They didn't matter. They were men, you know, and they got along. A lot of Pyrus and a lot of Crips got along. You know, they were very respectful. They repped their sense. But they were respectful of each other. You know, they wasn't none of this goofiness. And that's what I want these OGs to do, man. All these OGs from these gangs need to get these young bulls under control, because a lot of people can get hurt behind this. That's the tragedy. People in pain. You know, they in pain. They want to see somebody hurt because they done lost their guy. They want you to feel like they feel. So they need somebody to be in their ear, to directing that energy towards something else, because they're not gonna want you. That's what the government would want you to do. Go out there and wipe them out, and then whoever's left, we throw them in jail. So direct that energy, that hate, that pain you got, put it towards something positive. Help your brother continue his mission, man. Help your best friend who you loved or cared about continue his message. Don't let him go in vain. All you supporters, and y'all say y'all love Nip so much, you know what he was repping and what he was fighting and standing for. Help stand next to these dudes that's doing that. He died outside of a store he owned. He was buying property and real estate with his money when he was young. He was on the business side of the game early. And he liked my videos so much, I didn't even know Nipsey Hussle was even looking at my videos. And heard me and reached out to me. And I'm like, Nipsey Hussle, I had to make sure it was really him. I was like, no, I'm thinking it's a fake account. It was really Nipsey. And he hit me up. Don't worry, when I get home, I'll screenshot some of the conversations we had. I'll show it to you. I didn't know he was even listening. No, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what happened to him. We don't know who did what. This ain't about who did what. This video is about people coming together. And it's so sad that we have to have something tragic happen for everybody to get together. Hip hop is the only music industry in which their artists die violently. You don't see this in country. You don't see it in rock. You don't see it in no other faction. Rap music is the only music. It's the most dangerous occupation in the world. More rappers died than the military in a month. And became the most dangerous occupation. A hip-hop artist. A hip-hop rap artist is the most dangerous occupation in the world. Well, if you ain't heard from Snoop, you must ain't been on Instagram. Everybody put out something on Nipsey. People I didn't even knew him. They all unified. John Lennon died like what, 50 years ago? You talking about John Lennon? John Lennon? You want to compare that? You know how many rappers died since John Lennon? You know how many rappers died in 2018? And still dying this year? I don't want him to go down as another rapper that's dead. And then when everybody's, you know, they all unified now, then everybody fall back into the same routine of trolling and doing all this stuff. Yo, man, I'm gonna knock you out when I see you, man, and I'm gonna tell them to suck my you know what. And all this is the type of energy that Tekashi 6ix9ine is bringing to the table. And we were saying all this stuff back then, like, hey, man, this is not good. This is not a good look. This is not a good movement. This is not a good idea. This should not be happening. Why is people promoting this nonsense? This guy is threatening people. He's causing duress. People getting shot at. It's serious. You know what I'm saying? This is a serious game. Other people live this life every day. Every day these people, these fools out here living this life crazy. Hyped up on drugs. Popping pills that they know give brain damage. But they taking it anyway because it's a party drug. Then they wondering why they got their face tattooed. Why they think it's a good idea to get it. No, 21 Savage had a real beef with somebody else and didn't know about it. He know now. Nipsey was never your enemy. He found out who his enemy was. real fast. TMZ is always going to be on the scene because you know what TMZ is? Everybody's phone. Any amateur with a phone is TMZ. One, you're in LA. It's not that hard to get to wherever they at. And that's one of the reasons I don't like to go to LA when I go out there. I'll go to Vegas, but I don't really like to go in LA. LA is not the same. LA is not the same as Vegas and everywhere else. LA moves on a whole different vibe. Like 1 minute everything cool, 1 minute it will not be. You'll be in the wrong area, in the wrong position, and the wrong people at the wrong time. And you don't want that. But hopefully now we'll start taking accountability and we start shying away from the nonsense or people that's promoting the nonsense. You know, we're not attaching ourselves to that. That's the important part. That's the important message that needs to be taught, is that we're not going to sit there and accept it and take that. You're not just going to come in, murder our people, and no, sorry. We ain't going to allow that. We need to circle the wagons. That's what hip-hop needs to do. Hip-hop needs to circle the wagons. For real. We're all none of us know how long we're gonna be here. I know, right? We hate how hip-hop got corrupted. Remember all the rules and the structure, and there was things that you wouldn't do that even blacks wouldn't allow. The brothers wouldn't allow it. But when you buy up all the record companies and you got 3 major record company labels that own everything, you controlling the industry now. Do you think all these other artists would be signed? I don't even want to name them, but you know what I'm saying. These guys would not have record deals at all. They would have to actually find a way out. Now people thinking, all right, well, if I sold drugs, that makes me a great rapper. And they putting out this half garbage music that sounds like a poor rendition of a music that we've already heard before. You are who you are because of you. If someone else destroys you, it's because you allowed it. Unity is the key. We have to unify. Everybody else is unified. Mexicans, they're unified. Mexicans stand side by side, toe to toe with each other in unity. Right? They're unified. You don't have to question it. You don't have to ask any questions. When you see them, you know one thing. They are unified. Okay? Completely unified. The Asians, unified. They come together. They show their unity, their strength. They're unified. The whites, unified. Unity, strength, right? Filipinos, every nationality you could think of, unified. Blacks, they won't allow us to be unified. Every time people try to unify, it's looked at as a terrorist situation. They try to keep us divided at all costs. Anytime someone tries to unify us, the red flag goes up, and people who try to do the unifying, they mysteriously vanish, go away, and then you get fake leaders come out to try to confuse people from unifying. Because our unity would be a very huge threat to a lot of people's reign and success. That's why. Our unity would mean a whole lot more. And people fear that. People fear what they don't understand. But they also fear and hate what they can't conquer. Because that means they're at a disadvantage. They're not in control of something. Things will not go in their way. And that's not ideal for them. But of course, we all should take accountability and try to make ways to unify. That's the key. You got to. Well, the problem is you got people that promote you in a very negative light. They promote your toxic ghetto negative behavior. They don't promote your intelligence. They don't say, hey, well, there's other guys that's out there that's intelligent. We have very well-spoken African Americans out here. The majority of us are not selling crack. The majority of us are not going to jail. They act like it's all of us going to jail. No, it's a lot of us going to school, doctors, lawyers. That's not promoted. What's a coming of age black movie? You see them all the time with everybody else. White people put out a coming of age movie all the time. 17, mid-90s. Just being a white kid in the burbs. Just, let's make a movie. No problems. What's the black coming age movie? Boys in the Hood. Menace to Society. Get Rich or Die Trying. That's not all our lives. All of us didn't live those lives. The majority of us that are black didn't live those lives. But it's the message that these films not only send to us, it sends to the other nationalities as well. And it sends out the stigma that you're only good for your athletic ability and your sexuality. That's it. That's all you have to offer. So when they promote that idea and they push that agenda, you start to live by the code that they're pursuing to you. You want to go to the NBA. You want to play in the NFL. You want to be a rapper. You want to do anything you can to take an easier way out than doing something that requires work. And you start thinking you're God's gift to the earth because of your sexuality. And you start living and calling yourself savages and beasts and label yourself, I'm a beast, bro. I'm a savage. I'm a goon. You start saying these things about yourself the way they're treating you. These words was used to lower you, to lower your status quo. And you use them to champion yourself. I don't get it. I mean, yeah, it's work to get in the NBA, but I'm saying that's all they see you as. So basically, they're saying you're a horse, a racehorse. They're breeding you for athletics. They used to do that in slavery. They would take the Mandingo warriors and breed them like they were dogs and put them in an arena to fight each other and bet and make money on it. They're doing the same thing. NFL, NBA. The NFL combines, what is that? That's like the breeding ground camp. Who can run the fastest? Who can jump higher? Who can do this? Who can catch? That whole thing process is so biased and shouldn't be happening. Doesn't even make sense. So I think they should shut down the NFL combines anyway, because you already know what they can do on the field. You've been watching them while they play games. So I'm gonna end this. Rest in heaven, champion. You know, we went 1 hour strong. I only wanted to do this for 10 minutes, but I didn't want to talk to y'all and doing all that. I appreciate all y'all love and support. Try getting along with one another, and try to unify, man. Much I don't like academics. If he want to sit down, I'll talk to the fat bastard. I will swallow my pride to do it. So that's that.